Hello, Rebel G-Man Division 5G. We are back with another recap. I do apologise we missed last week. Half term was far too distracting and took too much of my time, so we did have to miss last week. I apologise immensely. I am, of course, joined by McNugget.
Hello, 5G.
Got school holidays, man. It's just like, hey, you remember when you had all that free time? Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, it's not the best.
He's gone.
Goddamn kids getting holidays.
Yeah, they should put him in school 365 days a year. 364, they're going to have the birthday off. Right,
So,
we're going to get into this.
Some things have happened.
There's two teams left in this division. Our division's falling apart! You're tearing us apart, Lisa. Now, what's happened is, we've hit the end of our 9-day cycle. 9-week cycle. And
9-week cycle.
And we're at that point now where everyone's been thrown into the Swiss. So we're going to talk about the Swiss at the end, I think is the best way to do this. After we've talked about... We're going to talk about week 8, we're going to talk about week 9, and then we're going to talk about the leaderboard and then the Swiss. Okay, so for the teams and then the Swiss. Yeah, that works. Right, so looking at week 8... Oh, hang on.
Oh shit, Metal's house is on fire, people. Don't worry.
It's fine.
He is from Liverpool. A casual house fire is nothing more than an insurance scam.
Now, Drow, you see me 3-2 up over Destuco Dragons. Your dog's gone off.
He had the fire alarm.
He's upset. Warning. Drow, you see me taking a big win. I think that's really... This is another big win. 3-0 from Sacrifice to the 9th. They are having a stormer of a season. I kind of feel like, without even looking at the leaderboard yet, it's going to be between Sacrifice the 9th and Drow, you see me this div, innit? I reckon. Gut and run.
Yeah, definitely. That was big result, that one.
Yes. Well, a couple of 3 touchdown games are naturally big results anyway, but yeah.
Yes.
Gut and run, 2-2 versus Tyrion's Trial by Combat. Blazing Whiskers a 2-1 over the New Boys, the Removal Men. And Stuff from My Fridge taking a 2-0 over the TRBBL Tryhards. And then straight into week 9, without even taking a breath, Destuco took a 1-0 over the Tryhards again. Stuff from My Fridge got a 1-0 over the Removal Men, who, after a great first week where they went, look at us, we're the new guys, we're going to make a dent on this division.
Big, scary, and dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they went, oh, maybe we aren't. Blazing Whiskers 1-1 versus Tyrion's Trial by Combat. The 1-1 Gut and Run versus the Rock Fiends, but this is the game.
The game of the season.
The game of the season for these two coaches, for sure. There's a chance, though, in the Swiss, which we'll talk about more later, that they may rematch. But 3-1 for Drow You See Me over Sacrifice the 9th. That's a big loss and a big win, depending on whose side of the fence you're sat on. Yeah,
definitely.
And now let's see what that does to the leaderboard. This is exciting. It's really close. There's a point in it, and I kind of feel like everyone else just kind of went, right, you boys are the battleground. It's Zinj versus Demir Nickel, and everybody else is just the battlefield that it's fought over.
Yeah, definitely, and just showing how big that last week result was there, of course, Zinj, for the moment, in first place, as we said, we'll discuss what happens next in the Swiss of that. But then you do see everybody else is kind of nicely clumped together in the,
in the middle.
Well, we'll take our ball and play all by ourselves, and you two just go away.
Just leave us alone. Stop scoring touchdowns on us.
Hargrim filling his life ambition of being kind of not quite as good and just like the best of the rest, as it were.
I've got to say, big props to Ginger Wolf, right? I know he said he's been having a bit of a rough season, but he's doing pretty good with his Nurgle. This is one of the best performing first season Nurgle teams in Rebel. It's not the best, because Michael's over in Rel is absolutely stomping people for laughs.
Jamis McGannis as well is also about like 9-0.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, why? How do you do this? But no, I think Ginger Wolf having a better first season experience than, say, Timpix, who not having the best. Now, I chatted to Timpix. I want to say credit where it's due as well. I lovely chat to the guy. I think we should probably talk about it when we get to his team. But I'm just saying, I love the guy's attitude to it. So credit where it's due. You might look at him bottom of the leaderboard and go, ooh, first season Nurgle experience. Ooh, that really sucks. Really positive attitude. I love it. Love it.
Good to you. So first up on the chopping block is good old Hargrim.
Good old Grimzilla.
I love how he totally just like he had a really nice team themed, and he decided to just throw it out the window and go, "Fuck you, Metal."
To throw abuse at me, yeah. It's not. You know what, right? I have to say, when it comes to it, it's almost telling that the abuse that he's throwing at me isn't working for him, because the only players that have developed really
And the ones that aren't the ones
were the ones with the decent names, yeah. So I'm not saying there's a correlation, but there's a correlation.
Still worth it though. Still worth it. Keep it going, Hargrim.
It's got a good amount of guard. The one thing that worries me, right, is that his Troll Slayers are so underdeveloped, and then he took a stupid skill. Like, first skill on a Troll Slayer, let's take... No.
Yes.
No. That's awful. And I'll tell you why it's awful. Because it's a wasted skill. You shouldn't ever be letting your Troll Slayer get punched, and you're never really, realistically going to be dodging with them. So it feels like a waste when that could have been Mighty Blow and started propelling him towards the next level. And if you had to take the double, knowing that in your future there's Mighty Blow and piling on, you could have taken Jump Up.
Yeah. Dodge perhaps is a long-term looking at the, long-term development of the player sort of thing. You know what I mean? He could possibly become the...
You know what, McNugget, right?
The one without
if
Mighty
this
Blow
was anyone else in this division who we would have to be vaguely nice to, we could pretend that that's the case. But it's Hargrimzilla, so screw Hargrimzilla. You took a stupid skill, and you've just hurt yourself for it. So no.
Hey, we're going to the World Cup together. I have to kind of be nice because we're sharing a room, and I don't want to
say
I don't want him to smother me in my sleep.
I love Blodge on Arya Stark. Block on
Yes.
Bran Stark. Also, if you're going to take block, fine. I would have took Wrestle personally. Fend as the next skill should be kickoff return to get those stumpy little legs running after the ball a bit faster, in my opinion. But I really like kickoff return on runners, and I think that maybe should have been the case before Fend. It's just my opinion.
You have played a lot more of the short ginger men than I have, so I will bow to your knowledge.
Well,
of
you're
short
actually
ginger
Scottish. I mean, you literally, your life is short ginger men.
I'm neither short nor ginger, unlike you, except you're tall and ginger. So
I was going to say, I'm
like
6'4". I think
you're the king of the dwarves, you big lanky ginger freak.
Let's take a look at Tim Picks. We can talk about the conversation I had with him. We were talking about specifically the feedback I was giving him on the dodge.
Yeah, there's a lot of unprotected pestigos
now,
here.
Tim Picks' response to that was, I really enjoy the feedback, but I'm going to ignore it because I'm new to Nurgle. I'm not, like, super...
That's the smartest thing any coach has ever said in response to our recap.
I enjoy the feedback, but I ain't listening.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, Soja. No,
I love that as much.
Really positive attitude was I'm trying to find my own way with this team, so I'm going to experiment, I'm going to play around with it, I'm going to do my own thing. But I really enjoy listening to your feedback and stuff. And I was like, you know what, I genuinely had a lovely chat with him. Got him on the Nurgle Discord, so you could chat to other Nurgle guys as well and prove that I'm not just talking out my ass. But if he wants to build it the way he wants to build it, power to him, right? I personally would look at guard and then stand firm on this guy rather than going anywhere near Mighty Blow. It's going to take you forever to level him, but he'll be a nightmare. But yeah, I personally otherwise would just avoid dodge on Nurgle Warriors because that's my playstyle, and that served me fairly well. But credit where it's due. Man wants to have a good time. He's playing around with the build. He's having a good time. I can get behind that. Axler, take your darn Swiss ticket, mate, because you're one of the two coaches who hasn't. But I mean, there's not much to take it with.
Yeah. There's
such a good first week, and then it just went downhill.
The players disappeared. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got a couple of, guard lineman, guard on a berserker because he's basically got no strength anywhere else because his ulfs are dead. Well, one of his ulfs is dead.
Norse linemen are probably some of the best linemen loners in the game.
Oh yeah,
come with block. You know what I mean? Easily disposable. You're not really crying if you've got a whole load of Norse linemen. They do their job still really well.
I would argue the only ones that are actually truly better than them, point for point, is Longbeards.
Yes, because they're better armoured and slower. But yeah, Norse linemen, just so good. So good.
Yeah, so there's coming from ramp up later in the div, you were never going to be running for top of the division. But it's very much about development. So try and try and salvage what you can, and worst case scenario, re-roll for the Greenhorn. I shouldn't be encouraging people to re-roll, but I feel like it's an appropriate response to his situation. Looking at Zinj's team, the appropriate response to the situation is, my god, he leveled his tree already. And he's got an Agi 5 War Dancer with sidestep when it could have been like anything else.
Yeah, he's aware of that. It's Zinj. He has got these moments of genius and moments of Zinjness.
Moments of genius. I mean, the guy's a game programmer. He knows how games work. Pick the good skills.
I mean,
a lot of money in the bank for a Wood Elf team.
He does indeed. That is very good to have for a Wood Elf. Like, also, he doesn't really need, like, he could pick up a second catcher if he wants, which I would possibly do.
Thrower would be my call, I think. Maybe a catcher. Yeah. You could get. Can you get both for that cash? I think you can, but you'd zero out your bank.
You'd zero out your bank, which I don't think you would do. Maybe take a thrower to pick up leaders first.
Yeah, because he's got obviously the money for the reroll, but he can't do both. Maybe you pick up a reroll even. And because you've got such a solid core of players, and you're doing well in the division, maybe going up to 3 rerolls would be the situation, because that just allows you to use the players you do have as effectively as possible.
Yes,
I quite like that result actually. I think I might go for the reroll in this scenario.
Definitely, yeah.
Because it's difficult with Wood Elves getting that third reroll, because I always feel like War Dancers are always one bad game away from being dead. So.
Yeah, that is just like downside to War Dancers.
But he's doing well. He knows he seems to know what he's doing, because he's winning a lot. Demoon Nickel coming through with the Lizard team that still has 3 undeveloped Saurus. Like, these Saurus are cursed, my dude.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird end of season. Like, we'll both freely admit that it's been one hell of an effort here leveling and winning games with such underdeveloped Saurus.
It's so bare bones, and it's still winning. And the Skinks are decent, but they're not like. And El Gecko's the worst Croxagore in the history of Croxagores. Like, he was like, you know, when they're all born in spawning pools, and it's like all of the rest of them crawled out, and they looked in and found El Gecko staring into space, and we're like, come on, he's the Blood Bowl player of the family.
Yeah.
Clearly already stupid, so it's fine. No, he's the worst Croxagore in history, so he's doing incredibly. Every time I look at this team, I'm so impressed with how well he's doing, considering he has no development.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. It is one hell of an effort and definitely deserves to be commended for that.
Team who's got a bit more on the developmental front is Pachulo's Gut and Run, who have 2 level 2 Storm Vermin, level 2 Thrower, and there's a lot of strength skills across those 3 players. And then double Wrestle, double Block, loving that setup. Big Hand is really nice, Wrestle Dauntless. He's getting there. This is a team that is coming into its own, I think, in terms of not as good as like the Skaven teams we've seen from one of the Skaven teams we saw from 5A, for example. But
yeah,
they did have a few extra games on this team. I think it's doing well. I'm impressed with his development, at least.
Definitely some really nice development getting on the team here overall, and on the right positionals as well.
Rideable Llama, you flipping underworld non-leveling bear. He's got a block Tentacles Troll, which is great. I don't know what to say about this team that I haven't said in the past. It hasn't overly developed beyond where he was, and he's got a Skaven Thrower with a penning level, so that's not good. Destuco Dragons, I'm checking in on them because we are going into Swiss, and I want to remind people to take your tickets for Swiss. I believe Destuco is the only other coach who hasn't taken your ticket. So, but Strength 4 catcher, Agi 5 lineman with dodge. You know, the players are just creeping up in SPP. There's 1 Vanity Pass for a level on Miliki, 2 Vanity Passes for a level on Popov, 2 Vanity Passes on It, and then a Vanity Pass and a touchdown on Miri. So, I believe I said this in I was chatting to him in GMan chat, and I was saying, mate, just throw some Vanity Passes. He was like, I keep rolling 1s! I'm like, I can't do anything to help you there, mate. Stuff from my fridge, Ginger Wolf. Like I say, this is the middle of the season, middle of the table. Nurgle. He's done exactly what I suggested he shouldn't do. Look at that. Look at Cheese. See that? That mighty blow right there. Should be blocked. But he's also got blodge. You know what, right? On the flip side, all 4 Pestigors at least have a level. And whilst Agibust sucks on Sausage, it's okay. You're probably not dodging with him anywhere because he's going to knock stuff over and then jump on their face for piling on. So I actually don't like piling on them. I prefer... This Claw or piling on, in my opinion, should have been Tackle then Claw. You've gone very quiet on this. I don't know how you...
Yes. If you'd actually read your PM, you'd see why my client crashed, so I'm just having to reset it.
Well, I can't read my PMs because I'm broadcasting exactly what's on my screen at the moment. So what's on my screen at the moment is
hide the pawn
team.
So
we've got this Sausage, which is Mighty Blow, Claw, piling on, minus Agi.
I like sausages.
I think he'd have been better served going Mighty Blow, Tackle, Claw, and then piling on. But that's my personal take on it. Is I don't think piling on is worthwhile until you can get to a point where you can reliably put enemies on their ass.
Yeah, I'm of the same school of you. I like the tackle before pile on.
Because you can't pile stuff on if you can't knock it over.
However, based on the division, I can understand why.
There's a lot of elves in the division.
But there's not a lot of dodge on them.
Okay, fair.
And there's a lot of bash.
I don't know. I feel like it gives the ward answers too much priority, but that's just my opinion. The final team is the TRBBL tryhards from Mosh Ninja, who he's actually got 11 players.
And they're healthy.
He's got a niggle on a block lineman.
Yeah, but it's a lineman. Nobody cares.
He's got 11 players. That's such a big deal.
Definitely. And I'd definitely say a real kind of testament to sticking with things and playing them through. If you remember what the team was like.
Yeah, no, he took some really bad hits early, and the fact that he just kept plugging away and has stuck with it. I'm so happy for him that, while he's still not yet bringing in the wins, I feel like getting your team in order after such an early kicking is more important than trying to find the wins with them. Yeah. No, that's the win by itself.
Yeah.
In my mind. And I credit where it's due for sticking it out and really knuckling down and bringing that development in for the team, I think.
For sure.
But the next step is to get those wins, obviously.
Next season. That's what next season in the Swiss is for.
Yeah.
So, is this the time would you explain the Swiss?
Well, we're going to look at the leaderboard first. Oh, we looked at the leaderboard. Never mind. We're going to talk about the Swiss, right? So basically what's happened next is that you've all been reticketed for a Swiss, and you'll play 4 more games. And you will obviously play each other for a second time. It's because you're a shorter div. When you sign up to Rebel, you sign up for a 13-week season, but there was only 10 of you when we built the div, so everyone else goes into this Swiss. Everyone in your div goes into the Swiss to get you those final 4 games. Now, looking at the schedule, there's 2 admins calls because there's 2 coaches who have not yet taken their ticket. So Blazing Whiskers and TRBBL tryhards gonna have to sit on their hands a minute while we wait. The division admin Chubstep is running down Ricky Titan and Axler, but obviously we're hoping that talking about it on the recap as well will certainly push you into it. That does leave Draw You See Me taking on Tyrion's Trial by Combat, which everyone was like, not the dwarves, not the dwarves, not the dwarves. And Zinj got the dwarves, so that'll be an interesting game. Stuff from my fridge are taking on the Rot Fiends, so we've got that fun and interactive Nurgle mirror.
Where you're glad you've got Claw Mighty Blow pile on.
Yes. Although you might get fouled. A lot.
Yes.
If you pile on.
Yeah.
So there's that. And Sacrifice the Ninth are taking on Gut and Run. Now, we can't tip for the Swiss. This tipping comp has ended, so we're going to go over and look at the results. The reason we can't tip is because the Swiss is your next matchups are not generated. If we go to day 2 or week 2, it all is TBA versus TBA, because in a Swiss you are matched against other people based on your performance. So if you win, you'll play other winners. If you lose, you'll play other losers. And that it could lead to some very interesting developments within this division, because obviously sacrifice the ninth and draw your senior so close. If they both get a win in the first week, they're both playing each other in the second week. Pretty much guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. Or the third week on the outside. So there's really going to be some clashes of the Titans when it comes to those games. And every game now is super important for both coaches.
Yeah. It's almost must win all 3 games.
4 games.
4 games.
I just got through saying 4. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can't tip, I'm afraid, which means that jumping over to... That's my OBS. Where am I? The tipping comp. Zinj has taken it by 2 points. Despite having a terrible week 8, for the record. You actually, if you hadn't have screwed up week 6, you'd have got this.
But I don't think that was your fault.
I feel like you're blaming me for... Zinj was the only person who tipped in week 6, so you know whose fault it was?
Exactly. Zinj was the only person who tipped in week 6. It was a cheat.
It almost feels like tipping in week 6 got you the win, therefore you should have tipped in week 6.
Or Zinj cheated, and that's the only reason he's the only one.
So Zinj is our champion of the tipping comp. We won't...
Congratulations, Zinj.
Yeah, big win there, mate. Well done. Get in touch with me. I think I've already got his details, but remind me in about a week, because Notting is happening this weekend. Okay, Notting's happening this weekend.
Metal has a very serious commitment all week.
Yes, Path of Exile's new league has dropped.
Woo!
I won't be doing anything outside of the bare minimum. I've already played my Rebel games for the week, so I'm fine. So yeah, if you want your prize organising, come to me after this week, okay? We'll sort something out. But well done. I've enjoyed the tipping comp. It was pretty close in the end between 26, 24, 20, 20, 18, 17, 16. It was a fairly closely, ran thing apart from you and Zinj just pipped out ahead. Hargrim, you went up and Hargrim went down based on the fact that he either didn't tip or got it entirely wrong for weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed the competition there. I've enjoyed covering the div so far. We are going to keep covering you as far as the Swiss. Obviously, we need you to play games on time because we can't talk about upcoming matchups until the Swiss is rolled, and it can't be rolled until everyone's played. So please do remain proactive about scheduling the games and getting them played, preferably sooner in the week as possible. I know obviously Mosh Ninja and the Blazing Whiskers can't do that just yet because they don't know which of their opponents they're playing. But
we have Chubstep on the case.
Run them down yourselves as well. Get a hold of Axler and Ricky Titan.
At the Chubstep.
Oh,
at Chubstep in Discord, yeah.
Just tag Chubstep and go, what happened, mate? What happened?
Tell him that McNaughton and Metal have gave you permission to ping him every day or every hour of every day until he gets it sorted out.
This is true. We have done that.
Yeah.
We have done so. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, McNugget, for joining me.
Thank you very much. And Division 5G, you stay classy now.
And take your tickets.
Stay classy.
Enjoy the Swiss, guys.
And stay classy.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Stay classy.